Hello, my name is Braden Patton, and as you are aware, I will be presenting my literature review. For my literature review, I decided to research electronic and manual toothbrushes and the different effects both have on oral health and oral hygiene. So obviously, it is important to brush your teeth, right? On the left here, we have someone who probably brushes their teeth really well, and on the right, we have someone who probably needs a little help brushing their teeth. And it turns out that many diseases are linked to oral health, including heart disease, diabetes, and osteoporosis. So overall oral health, good oral health, is absolutely necessary for maintaining good overall well-being. So this is important. Now, which one of these toothbrushes will help us maintain good oral health and oral hygiene? Electric or manual? This is what I wanted to find out. So these are the different aspects of oral health I would like to discuss. You can see them on the screen presented in front of you. So we will go through these one by one and discuss them. Brushing time. Brushing time is fairly self-explanatory. It's simply the time spent per day brushing teeth. Now, studies have found that when left to themselves, nearly 60% of individuals only brush their teeth for less than 2 minutes every day. Now, the recommendation is to brush your teeth twice for 2 minutes each time, so 4 minutes in total. Now, the whole 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes a day isn't necessarily great. Other studies, though, have shown that electronic toothbrush users tend to brush their teeth for much longer than manual toothbrush users, and this is often attributed to the fact that electronic toothbrushes come with a built-in timer, which makes it much easier to keep track of how long you've been brushing your teeth. This is very beneficial because increased brushing times often are a great factor in the decrease of oral ailments. Brushing force is similar to brushing time, but it is the force applied to a tooth while brushing. So you need to apply a certain brushing force in order to remove plaque, but if you apply too much brushing force, you can cause abrasions in your enamel. And if you look down on the right part of the screen, the enamel is this white part of the tooth. And if you brush with too much force, you can tear through that and hit your dentin, and that is very painful. And studies have shown that manual toothbrush users regularly use twice as much brushing force than electronic toothbrush users. Plaque. Plaque is the substance that coats teeth and traps bacteria, and in the bottom part of the screen, if you see this yellow thing around the tooth, that's plaque. So in order to get rid of that, you need to have good toothbrushing habits. Studies have shown that in a single use, electronic toothbrushes can remove up to 8% more plaque than manual toothbrushes. And over a period of time, such as 12 weeks in this study, researchers found that pre-existing plaque reduction is 30% greater for users of electronic toothbrushes. 30%, that's pretty substantial. Gingivitis. Gingivitis is the irritation, redness, and swelling of gingiva. And if you look to the right at this picture, we see an individual who appears to have pretty healthy gums, except for right here where they have gingival inflammation. Now, studies have shown that the long-term use of an electronic toothbrush will result in a smaller gingival margin than the use of a manual toothbrush, so less redness and swelling right here. And for individuals who already have gingivitis or pre-existing gingivitis, studies have shown that over 6 weeks, the use of an electronic toothbrush will reduce the gingival index by nearly 30% more than the use of a manual toothbrush. Cavities. Cavities and caries. They're holes in the teeth that are caused by bacteria buildup. If you look at these 3 teeth right here, caries are the precursors to cavities. The caries are usually holes in the enamel, while the cavities are holes in the enamel that go down into the dentin and other parts of the tooth. So in order to avoid cavities, we need to brush the bacteria that cause cavities off of our tooth. Now, studies have found that electronic toothbrushes clean nearly 22% more surface area of each tooth than manual toothbrushes. Now, that's really important because you want to clean as much of your tooth as possible. Other studies have found that over 11 years, electronic toothbrushes, or individuals who use electronic toothbrushes, will experience 17.7% less cavities than individuals who use manual toothbrushes. Now, once again, that's simply because the electronic toothbrush will reach areas of the tooth that the manual toothbrush will not, and that's due to the oscillating movement of the electronic toothbrush. Periodontitis. Now, this is a serious gum disease and will often result in damage to soft tissue and tooth loss. Now, it's been found through studies that individuals who use electronic toothbrushes are significantly less likely to develop periodontitis. Some researchers believe this is because of the oscillation movement of the electronic toothbrush, and others believe it's because of the increased brush times. They're not sure. However, it's also been found that periodontitis is the leading cause of tooth loss, and other studies have found that over long periods, electronic toothbrush users could retain up to 19% more teeth than manual toothbrush users. That's a lot of teeth. And if you look in this picture right here, we see right here we see some gingivitis, and the gums are receding. And if you look in this bottom picture, this is someone who's developed periodontitis and will probably lose this tooth. Stain removal. So when teeth are exposed to chemicals for extended periods of time, they will often undergo discoloration and turn yellow. As we see in this picture down here, on the left we have yellow teeth that have been stained, and on the right we have teeth that have not been stained. Electronic toothbrushes have been proven to be very effective in removing stains. And one study found that electronic toothbrush in a single use will remove 8.4% more surface stains than a manual toothbrush. Now, this again is attributed to the oscillation movement of the electronic toothbrush. Orthodontic appliances. It's often difficult for individuals with orthodontic appliances to maintain good oral health. They often experience lots of plaque buildup and gingivitis and swelling of the gums. And it's been found through many studies that the oscillating motion of the electronic toothbrush allows individuals with orthodontic appliances to clean their teeth more efficiently. Some studies have shown that electronic toothbrush users can remove 10% more plaque from around braces than manual toothbrush users. Sensitivity. Sensitivity is caused by damage to the enamel, which leaves the dentin exposed. We talked about enamel and dentin a little earlier. And individuals who experience tooth sensitivity often are in a lot of pain, and it's difficult for them to brush their teeth. However, studies have shown that individuals with sensitive teeth report using an electronic toothbrush to be less painful than using a manual toothbrush. So in conclusion, with the research that's been conducted, it appears that electronic toothbrushes prove more beneficial in maintaining a good oral hygiene. However, there's more research that needs to be done. We don't necessarily know if the electronic toothbrush is more effective because of the longer brushing times that are related to the electronic toothbrush, or simply because the electronic toothbrush is different than the manual toothbrush. But all in all, if you want the best results, it's a safe bet to go with the electronic toothbrush. And with that, you are on your good way to good oral hygiene practices. Thanks, guys.